Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit more Quebec up in this piece in the form of 5e Baron. It is their Mixtape series, any IPA. I've done one of these before. Well, I've done a few of the 5e beers. Got a couple boxes from my boy Jacob, a partner up there with the brewery, and he just sent me off a box. But previously he sent me a box that had a mixtape in it. Different. This is their rotating hop series, and this one contains Mosaic and Vic Secret. This was canned 1 month ago. Let's drink it. Listen, label-wise, I'm not going to sit here and say this is the sexiest label, but anytime you put mixtapes on a label, this guy's going to dig on it. I got a box of mixtapes, actually. It's funny. I just found a gigantic box of mixtapes. For those that don't know, I do a lot of music, but more specifically like weird old school techno and all kinds of fun stuff. I started doing that mid to early 90s. God damn it, I'm old. If you can't even see, like, there's a mixing board here. All my record stuff is over there. Anyway, I have a crap ton of mixtapes, of old mixtapes, of the sets I put together. And in the shed here, like I had right above me is like a loft above me. It's like back there you can kind of see the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. But there's a loft above me. I'm going to turn it into like a living space, like a somewhere for someone to sleep. So if I have guests or whatever, they have like their own space where they can stay and stuff like that. But I've been using it for storage since I built it, and I just cleaned it out completely so I could start working on that living space. Found a big, huge thing of mixtapes. Got to go listen to them now. Anyway, so anytime you put a mixtape on a can, I'm going to dig on it. So I like it. 6.5% for those keeping score at home on ABV. And as far as the beer looks, it looks all the part of what you want a new school New England style hazy to be. Doesn't say that on there, right? Just says, oh, no, that says, see where it says any IPA in very big, huge letterings that this dude just ignores. So it looks all the part of a New England style IPA. Big, rich kind of apricot juice kind of color. This big, fluffy, creamy head. All the parts that look delicious. Let's get a huff. Citrus tropical fruit leaning is very much the name of the game here. A little bit of spiciness. I believe you're going to get a decent bittering on this for the style. There's just like a precursor to a greenness on it. And I wonder if it comes off a little bit weedy, which would be cool. Or maybe even grassy. That would be even better. What if we're dealing with the stars of the show, which is going to be the fruit portion of the show when you're talking about a New England style IPA. Tropical fruit, very tropical fruit medley. If I'm going to lean heavily into something, it might be a combination of a mango starfruit combination. If I really wanted to pull on something on the other end of things, it's a citrus, but a pulpy orange / pineapple kind of combination is what's going on for me in the nose. So it smells quite nice. Exactly what you'd want to expect or want to get from a nice, big, rich, hazy. Let's dive in. Cheers, all. That's nice. It's not like otherworldly. It has this. There's something missing from it, and that's why I'm about it. So it has that fruit portion of the show that you get on the nose. A little bit less than what you'd expect based off of the nose, but it's definitely there. And it's definitely that kind of pineapple citrus with that nice kind of tropical fruit. There's a nice bittering to it. It's not over the top. It's not the leader in the clubhouse as far as impact goes. But it balances off a sweetness there. Because you do get a sweet fruitiness. There's a touch of residual sugar in here. So I'm kind of guessing this is like under attenuated slightly a bit. But it's the mouthfeel, I think, is what really lets me down on it. It's the one thing that I kind of really kind of makes the beer not just go 100% into like, yeah, MFer for me. Because it starts off on a nice silky creaminess. But it falls off real quick and finishes relatively thin. So that's probably my biggest kind of like knock on this. Just this miss on the mouthfeel. Again, it's not going to be confused with a thin beer. It's fine, the mouthfeel. But I think if you land the mouthfeel here, I think all those other components become a little bit more cohesive. And it makes for just a better beer. It's tasty. Listen, I go to the store, 6.5% hazy IPA. I picked this up for, let's say, 15, 16 American, maybe even 17. That's what prices are nowadays. I am not disappointed. it's just not like this, man. I'm gonna go back and buy another 4-pack kind of stuff. I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's tasty. I like it. If I go back and watch the other one, I think I like the other mixtape quite a bit better than this one. But the flavors are there. You know what I mean? The fruit portion of the show that's on the nose falls through in the taste, albeit a little bit smaller than what you'd expect. That bitterness that I thought was going to be there is there. It's not over the top, but at the same time, it's not like this greeny weediness or that grassiness. It's weedy, but it's Easter weedy, and it's a little bit generic. And it boils down to just that mouthfeel finishing a bit quick and thin that really kind of knocks this back from like Mount Rushmore status or worthy to one of the better ones I've had as of late. I don't think that's a negative, you know. If you look at the percentage of hazies that I do, or pretty much any other channel, unless they're really trying to push the anti-hazy thing because they're too grumpy or too cool to like them, you know, most people's content is probably going to be that. So there's a lot of beers to sift through. There's a lot of beers to hold a candlestick up to measure up to, I guess. Not that we're ranking this against other beers, but we talk about it in perspective. One of the better ones I've had, Mount Rushmore status and stuff like that. So there is an internal ranking system. It's just not 5 stars or bottle caps or 85s out of 100s or 93s, whatever's. So in that sense, I dig it. I think it's quite tasty. It's fun. This can is going to get drank. I'm going to have fun with it. Just missing that little bit of mouthfeel to really bring it home to awesomeness. Is it one of the better double IPAs that I've had or hazies I've had as of late? New England hazies, not double. Yes. Mount Rushmore status, no, but quite tasty. Value and availability, don't know. Quebecians, that's what I've settled on. I'm calling y'all. I don't know if it's correct. Let me know. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like New England style haze, I'm afraid of a little bit of bittering, and are not a mouthfeel junkie, you will love this. I think it's, listen, I would buy this again. Let's put it that way. It's weird to kind of find the middle ground to talk about a beer when you like it, but you still have to talk about the things you don't like. Anyway, 5E Baron, have you been to the brewery? Have you had their beers? Have you had this particular mixtape? Yeah, let's talk about it. All that fun stuff down there. So, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Quebecian haze right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers, y'all.